time? It's all right, I'll take a second. I'm gonna look at this one. Is selling my home at auction a good idea? Actually, it can be a really good idea. I think a lot of people have the misconception that auctions are bad. They're not, and I have a buddy of mine, Jay, that's gonna help us explain that, but he's not gonna explain it here because I'm getting my hair cut right now, so I'm gonna need you to go. We'll do that later. Thanks, bye. Jay, what's up, brother?
Hey, good to see you.
How are you?
Let me come.
Absolutely. Why should I sell my home at auction, or is it a good idea? I wanted to come to you because you seem to know the most about it, especially here in Murfreesboro. So why don't you tell us a little bit about maybe 3 different things as to why auctioning your home might be a good idea?
Absolutely. Is selling my property at auction a good idea? It's a question we get all the time. The finest assets in the world are sold at auction, from racehorses to automobiles, fine art, jewelry, and even real estate. Anything can be sold at auction. It really just depends on the seller's situation if they should sell at auction. So here are some key factors you should consider if you're considering having an auction. Number 1, if you have a property that's in really high demand and you feel like you're going to get multiple offers on it, leveraging the auction method of marketing and selling can generate you the most money possible. At an auction, the seller sets the terms and conditions. You pick the date and the time that you want to have the auction. You set the terms and conditions, meaning you determine how much the buyer puts down and how many days they have to close. We believe that sellers deserve to have absolute certainty when it comes time to selling their most valuable assets. Owning real estate's the American dream. Selling it shouldn't be a nightmare. With the auction process, we make selling easy. The last thing we want to do is have an auction and not meet expectations, but that's the first thing we do when we sit down with any of our clients. The next question we get is, can I set a reserve on my property? And the answer is yes, you can. In Tennessee, every property that's sold at auction is conducted with a reserve unless stated otherwise. So that means if you ever see the words absolute auction or selling without reserve, an absolute auction means it's selling to the highest bidder regardless of price. There's no minimums, there's no contingencies. It sounds dangerous, but truly selling at absolute auction is the highest selling method that a seller has. Buyer excitement is heightened. More people come to the auction. Just recently, we sold a luxury piece of real estate. We had over 35 registered bidders show up, and the bid price exceeded the seller's expectation by over $100,000. We're always going to try to set our sellers' expectations to be realistic, but at an auction, the sky's the limit with what a property can bring.
So Jay, the big thing for me is I get clients that come and they talk to me about certain things like, honestly, I had one literally, I think about a month ago, I had called you about her. She literally said, aren't auctions bad?
It's really a misconception that a lot of people have, that it's only a last resort. Being able to bring all the interested parties that are interested in a particular house together and make them compete competitively for your property is only going to generate the highest sales price. Like I said, not every situation is going to lead to an auction, but when you do find the right situation, and that's what I'm always going to help you with, I don't ever want to go into a property and tell them to have an auction if we don't think we can meet their expectations. But anytime you have a properly advertised and conducted auction on a piece of property that is the least bit desirable, you will always get the most money when selling at auction.
Dude, blown away by that. I'm not gonna lie, that was a lot of information that I'm probably gonna go back and rewatch over and over again my own episode. I know that's strange, it's fine. But man, I really appreciate you coming out and talking to us, brother.
Derek, thank you so much for letting me come on.
I'll talk to you soon. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Smart Moves. I hope you got a lot from Jay. He is an awesome auctioneer. He's the best in town. That's why I had him on the show. You can learn a lot from Jay. You can learn a lot about auctions in this episode, but also in all the other episodes. I hope you've enjoyed those as well. If you haven't followed or subscribed, go to YouTube. You can subscribe. For the guys that have followed me this entire time, the entire process, you guys are awesome. I know you know this already. It doesn't make any sense that I would say it over and over again. There's a lot of blooper reels, of course, but this time, guys, I know that you know that I have a goal for every quarter of 2020 that I want to hit. I want to help 10 families get into a home, whether that's a first-time home buyer couple that just got married, or a family of 4, or a married couple with 10 kids that all want to get out of their house because they need a new one. whoever it is, I don't care who it is, guys, I just really want to help 10 families. I would love to be their go-to guy and yours as well. Thank you again for joining us on another episode of Smart Moves. I hope you join us every week from here on out. This is just Derek Trainer signing off again with Compass Real Estate, helping you make smart moves with one of the biggest investments of your entire lives. See you guys later. Is selling my home at auction a good idea? Bama lamb, my jamma jam. Dang it. You got me. Dang it! Guys, if you could go and say hello to the guy over there. How you doing? I completely messed that one up. Sorry. Dang it. What was it? What was that last part? Yeah! Yeah!